Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nation's Emperor here, back today with another video. And before we jump right into this video, I just want to thank you guys for the overwhelming support on the past three videos. The final boss strike video and the first two videos with Battle Nation's gameplay in the background have done extremely well for this channel. This channel has grown massively. I started this channel on my birthday, which was July 19th of this year, and we're already up to 78 subscribers, which is just awesome. So to all 78 of you out there, thank you so much for clicking that subscribe button and watching these videos. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. If you're new here, welcome. Hope you enjoy this video, and I just wanted to thank you guys for it. I got some great feedback on both of them. First off, I got a new mic after the first one because that audio was just bad on the first one, and the second one, the biggest feedback I got was that the volume needed to be increased. So I went into my internal mic settings. I saw it was set down to 25. Increased it all the way up to 70, and if it's too much, I can decrease it in settings in my editor, so we can fix that. But again, just want to thank you guys for the overwhelming support. By all means, if you guys have any more suggestions, feedback, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to make this channel as great as possible and continue making better content for you guys, better Battle Nations content for you guys on the daily. So let's jump right into this video. Today's video is going to be about nanopods, and in the background for today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit cursed. As you guys can see, this is the overworld map, and literally everything's edited here. I can move that, which just feels disgusting. I can just about move everything. Yeah, it feels pretty wrong. Wait a sec, I want to see. Oh, well, no way. Oh, I can't sell them. They're worthless. Can I at least? Oh, wow. That's interesting. Can I double them? Well, I was trying to delete the raiders, and I just doubled the raider problem. Can we double ourselves? No, it appears if... No, I can just actually move the outpost, but we're going to put it back where it normally goes because anything else will curse. And enough playing around with the background. Let's jump right into today's video topic. And today's video topic will be about nanopods. So anybody who's played Battle Nations, of course, you guys definitely know what nanopods are. But for anybody new around here, let me just give a brief overview of what nanopods were. Nanopods are the in-game currency of Battle Nations. They are basically what you use to buy everything premium. They can be used to buy premium buildings. Like any building highlighted in green here is a nanopod building. So obviously the hospital in normal game is free. It costs gold, whatever, and then you can use it. But the advanced hospital is everything of the regular hospital except it heals units, better, stronger, all that good stuff. But it costs nanopods. Everything in green costs nanopods, and it's normally just an improved version of a regular non-nanopod item. So again, you can use it to get upgrades on your buildings. You can use it to speed up timers. If you're missing resources for a building, you can use it to get resources for that particular building. And also, of course, it can be used to buy special units, really good units, and limited edition units. So nanopods are your go-to. It's basically, if you've played any Clash Royale game, any Supercell game, think of them basically as gems. So it's the in-game currency, and it was the king of the crop. I mean, you had unlimited nanopods. Theoretically, you could have done anything you wanted in Battle Nations. And that's what this video is going to focus on, really, the overall usefulness of nanopods and how they'll be incorporated into the future. Because one of the things that everybody, I guess, really liked about nanopods, or at least one of the things I loved about nanopods, and was really just a gem of those early 2000 games, mobile games, like what Battle Nations is the fact that those nanopods were everything. I mean, if you had enough nanopods, you could get a limited edition troops. You could build the best of the best bases because you could get all nanopod buildings. And it was just amazing. Now, compare this to a game like Clash Royale. If you've never played Clash Royale, it's basically the predecessor. I mean, not the predecessor, it's the sequel, if you will, to Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans is still going strong, but it's kind of like, the continuation of that game. And in that game, it uses gems, so obviously the in-game currency is gems. But if you have unlimited gems, it doesn't do you too terribly much. Of course, you can get unlimited gold, you can speed up timers, basic stuff like that. But there are still things like the river races, of course, the arenas you go into, you have to fight through them. And then, of course, biggest of all, there are stuff like evolution shards. For anybody who doesn't know Clash Royale, it's no problem. I'm going to give a basic summary of what it was. Basically, evolutionary shards are the shards that take regular troops in Clash Royale, and they turn them into super powerful versions of the regular cards. So, you have evolution skeletons who can multiply. You have the new evolution Pika, which can heal itself on every hit, which is overpowered as heck because Pika's just this giant, massive warrior, and now its evolution can heal itself. You get the point. Pretty OP stuff. But here's the problem. You can't buy evolutionary shards with gems. You can either get them through the monthly pass royale, which you pay money for, or you get them very slowly through the game progressing. I mean, that sounds pretty, standard for a premium mobile game, so why am I complaining? Well, my issue is, and what most people's issue is if you go into Clash Royale, even if you have unlimited money, if you're willing to, drop, hundreds, maybe even a few $1,000s on the game, it still won't do you anything because at the end of the day, you're still going to have to get, the evolutionary stars. You're still going to have to battle through the arenas. You're going to have to do all of that. And it's just going to be, a hassle. It's going to be, a pretty big pain in the butt. So compare that to nanopods back in OG Battle Nations. You there's nothing you cannot do. You can get the best troops, you can get the best buildings, and it is nonstop. So the question for today's video is, what are your thoughts on this? And do you like to see diversification in a game's supreme currency, or do you just like the currency of a freemium game to be the freemium currency and have nothing else for it? Of course, we talked about Clash Royale, but another example would be something like Fortnite. Of course, they have the season pass, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's just the outbranching of those types of things. I do want to make something very clear here. I don't know how Madrona Games will go about this, but even if they choose to, not go the nanopods route and do something completely different, I 100% support them. At the end of the day, they're giving us Battle Nations back. They're giving us the opportunity to, have a second chance at the game we all love. And I'll support them however they think best is to keep the game alive. Of course, if you've read through their website, they have stated that they won't be doing systems like loot boxes anymore just because of how predatory and how bad those are viewed by the public. But of course they will be bringing back nanopods because of course they got to keep the lights on just like all of us, and they need to make money. Completely understandable, because at the end of the day, Clash Royale not Clash Royale, Battle Nations is a business and it's trying to make money. And of course Battle Nations makes money through you spending money in the game, and that, at least back in the old Battle Nations, was nanopods. So we'll certainly see the reincorporation of nanopods, no doubt, and I'm sure they'll have a similar function to what they were with some small changes. But my question basically for you guys is, do you want to see more incorporations of special non-nanopod related things like evolutionary shards in Clash Royale, or something Battle Nations themed for that, or do you want to see it be the old system where if you have unlimited nanopods, you can do basically anything you want? One last thing I do want to add is, I am, me personally at least, I am 100% in favor, not against, a season pass system. I was going to call it the battle pass, but battle pass, season pass, basically you get the idea. A monthly paid feature, normally like $5, $10, $20 depending on the game, right? You pay that monthly, and every month you get free stuff. So in Clash Royale, it's $10. I almost said $5. It used to be 5, and they literally doubled the price. But it's $10 a month, and you get a free evolution shard every month. Fair enough. And then you get special emotes. You get a bunch of free gems. Basically, they're trying to give you an option to say, hey, maybe you don't want to spend money on the game. That's cool. But if you're willing to spend just $5, just $10 a month, we'll give you something worth your while, so to speak. I think this is a great concept just about for any game, including the new Battle Nations, if they would go down that route, simply because it gives the developers a constant source of revenue. If you have, let's say, 2 million of people subscribe to a $5 battle pass, right? Okay, well, that's 2 million times 5, quick math, that's like 10 million. Hope I'm saying that right. That's going to be embarrassing. I'm focusing on these barracks. It's about $10 million per month you're pulling in. If 2 million people are donating $5 per month, and you have that guaranteed 10 million income per month, assuming none of them unsubscribe, or you can offset the unsubscribers with the new subscribers who subscribe every month. You have that steady source of income instead of somebody just coming in, spending $20 there, spending $50 there. It's a continual source of revenue, that's always spending. I think something like that would be awesome, and I think if Madrona Games were to go down that route, I think it'd be fantastic, because I could totally see them doing something like a Battle Nation Battle Pass, where it gives you, let's just say, $20 worth of nanopods, but you got to play the game, right? You got to progress, you got to level up. But if you do that, well, they'll give you $20 worth of nanopods, and maybe a limited edition troop or two, something nice like that. So I think that would be awesome. Last two subjects I want to cover for today's video is, one, there was this system in old Battle Nations where if you went to the store, and I'm sure OGs will remember this, but even if you weren't an OG, I'll try my best to describe it. There was an old system back in the Battle Nation store where if you went in to the store, you could see an option to get free nanopods. And the way to get those free nanopods was to, A, watch a video. You could watch a video to get free nanopods. and it would literally just be a 30-second ad. You watch it, you get one nanopod. Cool. And then the secondary is you go Tapjoy. Tapjoy, I don't think they're in existence anymore, unfortunately, but what Tapjoy basically was is it was an application within Battle Nations that was a bunch of freemium games, but it was in Battle Nations as well. And what you could do is you could go in there and watch videos, you could download apps, you could take surveys, and it was all free. But you did stuff like download other free games or take surveys, and they would give you free nanopods. And it was awesome because, at least for myself speaking, as a teenager at the time with no job and no money, I desperately loved Battle Nations and wanted a way to get nanopods, and that was the way I could get nanopods while still supporting the game. No lifing, downloading as many free apps as possible and just going ham on the free surveys. That I think would be awesome if Madrona Games could incorporate that. I'm not going to say that's a wish list or anything. I mean, it is something I wish for and hope they include. It's not something I'm going to be holding against them if they don't do it, simply because of the factor of that's not something you could really control. Either they're going to have, a provider who can provide them, videos and advertisements to watch, watch ads for the free nanopods, and they'll have a Tapjoy or whatever equivalent if it offers it for them, because I'm sure they would love for, people who can't spend money on Battle Nation still be able to port the game and get nanopods. That would just be a question if they can get a sponsor. If that would be the case, I think it'd be awesome. I would love to see a free nanopods feature in the new Battle Nation. But if not, of course, completely understandable. That just comes to finding somebody who will give you the support for it. And finally, we'll end this video off with a question for you guys. Wanted to ask, what do you think the balance should be for freemium players and paid players, so to speak? Of course, they talk about this on the website. Madrona Games has said that they want free players to be able to compete. They want them to be, able to have fun, enjoy the game, even if they aren't able to, of course, purchase nanopods. That's awesome. That's great. And while I completely agree, it's just the question of how you go about incorporating that. Because, of course, you don't want to give paid players a massive advantage, just let them sweep all free players. But, you do want to give them something just to incentivize them to spend money on the game. I'm not sitting here and saying, we should give paid players, unlimited mega tanks and just let them crush PvP, right? What I am saying is, we should, of course, let them get cool units. We should let them get these, cool green buildings, and we should let them have fun, right? It's just a question of how do we let them have fun without letting them steamroll free players? Of course, we just don't want that to be a situation where they get, completely messed over. So I would love to see your guys down in the comments down below what your thoughts on that, how we could possibly incorporate that with, a system of, I'll be honest, I'm not particularly sure myself. I have a bunch of ideas how they could do it, but I don't want to say anything too necessarily in stone. I think the biggest thing would just be, making sure freemium players, especially in matchmaking, are matched up with each other. Maybe a matchmaking system based on win count and money spent? No, because then you have to track the money. That's a bad idea. I'm speaking off the dome, and that was a bad idea. But again, would love to hear your guys' probably much better ideas down in the comments below. So anyway, guys, that will do it for us today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And that will cover it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, have a great rest of your day.